Just take a little scroll through the page with stories that'll keep you engaged on that podcast setting the stage. Tread lightly. And we keeping all of y'all in the know.
Oh, yeah.
And now we all set to go. Miles and Brian is hosting the show. Tread lightly. Giving you the stories
Miles,
that you need to see.
Do you remember
and you know this ain't no TMZ.
the
It's
Washington,
the place that you need to
D.C.
be.
mayor,
Tread
Marion
lightly.
Barry?
Okay, like yes and no.
So,
I mean, as you know, truthfully, I only started following politics closely recently.
well, also you would have been, because this was when I was pretty young, so you would have been a child. But
she has a very famous name. I thought it was a woman.
No, he was a man named Marion. He was caught on video smoking crack in a hotel room long before Toronto Mayor Rob Ford made that cool.
Right, now I know what you're talking about.
And the great quote that came out of that, of course, was, "The bitch set me up." And he eventually went to prison and eventually got out of prison and was re-elected mayor of Washington, D.C.
Right.
Which is a great comeback story. It's a triumph.
Now that you mention it, it all sounds familiar. Yeah,
Yes.
That's crazy that happened, especially because we all gawked at Toronto mayor. What was his name? Chris?
Rob Ford.
Oh, Rob Ford. Who the fuck is Chris? Yeah, Rob Ford. Yeah.
I don't know who Chris is. Well, there's a new DC mayor scandal, Malls, because the current Washington, D.C. mayor, Muriel Bowser. Now, Marion, we had a man named Marion. I've never heard of him.
I thought you were going with this, babe. I was like, honey, this is a woman. This is like not from the 1980s.
No, that's what I'm saying. We had a man named Marion. I've never heard of a man named Muriel, so I'm assuming this is a woman. She did a thing this week where she made a tweet, and the tweet says, "Thanks for joining us in the Palisades today, DC." And then there's a series of pictures included.
Straight out of, I would say, my Pinterest board for this podcast.
Like, just bonkers. This is bonkers. This is just a world that I'm not involved in.
We've got two sets of, it looks like, a mixed community and an older woman, as well as the mayor, taking these photos together. It looks like this was the top two of what was supposed to be a photo collage.
Yes.
Photos number 3 and 4, we've got Doja Cat and The Weeknd. Doja is in a bikini, killing it. Yes. And then we've got, I think, a fucking banger here.
Yes.
Which is a meaty, muscular Ronald McDonald bulging.
Yes, it's a hot Ronald McDonald. Yeah.
Well, he's got what I said. I said, like if guys go to the gym and they call their chest, like their pecs, tits.
Yes.
Like I think he calls those tits.
Well, this is kind of like if they did an Avengers, but it was all of the faces of fast food, and they cast Carrot Top to play Ronald McDonald. Dude,
he is looking like Carrot Top. He does
jacked.
look like CT.
Yes, he's jacked. He's got the hair. It's Carrot Top as Ronald McDonald. There's a sexy Colonel Sanders.
Wendy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Colonel.
Oh yeah. Colonel Sanders.
Not Mario Lopez.
Not Mario Lopez, like the original, like the movie we did for your Lifetime
the real
pod.
Colonel Sanders.
The real, yes. And then there's a topless Wendy, and she's
huge.
Huge cans, and she's holding up a burger and fries to cover her giant breasts, which are freckled. And then she's spilling a shake or a Coke that's squeezed between her giant breasts. Who has this image on their phone?
Honey, I don't think her chest is freckled.
Yeah, there's freckles on it. I see it on her shoulders.
Is there really?
Yeah, because she's a redhead.
God, they went hard. Okay, so this actually, one thing I did see coming out of all of this is that the artist who created this beautiful piece, wound up getting some traction, which was crazy because I mean,
Good for
listen,
them.
we spent a lot of time on the old archives.
Yes.
You know, we know that people do this a lot of times. It's a labor of love. They don't expect attention.
Yes.
And when that should happen to come your way, God bless. I mean, what a crazy way for your business to blow up. All these people are like trying to go viral on TikTok. They spend all their time like, you know, carefully time-lapsing their illustrations. Like, no, all you need is for one DC mayor to have a social media assistant that needs to chill the fuck out, who needs to calm down. This is like you took poppers while you were on your way out. You got a text, don't forget to post the mayor's marathon.
Yes.
Thing.
And they go and post these 2 pictures. So you upload the 2 pictures because you know how Twitter does it. I think this was on Twitter. Yeah. You know how Twitter does it where you got to like plus sign the pictures you want to post. And they added the 2 pictures that they got that they were supposed to post for the mayor. And they just probably
Oh no, there was supposed to be 4 in that picture because based off any real
they
social
clicked the
media,
wrong other 2. Yeah.
No, like you and me, a moron, would have posted these 2 on their own, but a real social media manager would have posted a foursome because of the way that the top one is cropped.
Right. Good point.
These were supposed to be something else. And I mean, we've all been there. We've all sent the wrong screenshot.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we have. Absolutely.
Tell me.
Well, I don't know.
Do you remember like there was an era when like if you sent someone a screenshot of what they said, if you've ever done that?
Of course I have.
You could get away with I'm sending you this so you can see how crazy you look.
Yeah, or just like I'm not sure what happened. I accidentally snapped a picture.
No, that's a bad lie.
Well, yes. Well, yours is bad too.
Say I'm sending you this so you can, because then it gaslights them.
Yeah. One time.
I'm sending you this so you can reread how fucking crazy you look.
One time a buddy of mine, it was like the middle of the summer and it was really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent to a group text inadvertently a picture of himself working in his home office shirtless.
Wait, you guys are at a party and he gets up to like pee and he sends you guys a picture of him shirtless?
No, we were like all group texting and he accidentally snapped a picture of himself in the process of typing.
Got it.
Got his like whole chest patch and his surprised face and somehow accidentally sent it to all of us. And it's a whole, there's 4 of us that remember exactly where we were in the moment that it came because it was so jarring to the group.
I don't believe it. I think that he took it and pretended. Yeah.
Right. He
100%.
He wanted to steeze his slightly gray chest patch for the group.
Or like even like he took the picture and was like, it's pretty funny, but also low key. Like this doesn't look bad, but like it's more funny. I'm calling him out. What's his name?
I can't say his name. I'll tell you his handle. GFish21.
Well, you know who you are, dog. And
GFish21.
We're talking about you.
Yes.
Behind your back. So I pulled a little series of like one paragraph fanfics. Now
I like this one called Finger Licking Good.
Finger Licking Good. You enjoy? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have another idea?
No, I didn't care. Let's get into it. I just thought we should do one in the spirit.
Well, I like that it seems like everyone's involved in this one, which is kind of good.
It's a family affair. Public blowjobs is tagged. Okay, fabulous.
Okay.
I haven't read this yet. So this is by N Random.
Yes.
Finger Licking Good, it's called.
Narandom.
So, okay. Wendy was minding her own business when she heard strange noises coming from the room next door. Finishing her braids, she dared to venture to the fast food restaurant next door and peek in the window. What she saw would scar her for the rest of her days. Oh, daddy. Ronald McDonald moaned.
Whoa.
I can't.
Whoa.
As Colonel Sanders traced his stomach with his tongue. Did you read this before I did?
No, I just read it right now.
Just as Colonel Sanders was about to put McDonald's dick in his mouth, the couple heard a scream from the outside. Stop licking each other, Wendy screamed as she opened the door. I'm underage. You should know better than to do that in public. A public place where anyone could walk in on you. Right next to a play place, for fuck's sake. McDonald raised an eyebrow at her, still nonchalantly sprawled out over a fast food table naked, with a similarly clothed Colonel Sanders on top of him. You've been around for decades, Wendy. You'd think you'd be used to it by, he says, slightly breathlessly quality to his voice. Oh, you would think he would say by now, but there's no.
Yeah, you would used to it by.
And she's
interrupting. She's interrupting. She says, you'd think you'd be used to it by. That's not the point, Wendy screamed back. Anyone? Do you want me to continue? Colonel Sanders interrupted, winking at McDonald and ignoring Wendy completely. God, yes, McDonald said, pulling Sanders up for a kiss.
Up for a kiss. Disgusting.
Wendy left in a huff, knowing they would never listen now. Maybe she'd go talk to the king about it. Everybody's getting involved. His wife, the Dairy Queen.
I hate that.
Always running off.
Random just made an enemy.
It's like too many. It's too many. With the Starbucks mermaid, he'd understand her pain. Oh, daddy.
First of all, she's a siren, you idiot. First of all, I'm going to turn on N Random. How basic do you have to be to think that the Dairy Queen would ever need to be married to the Burger King? Are you so stupid to think
She's
they would ever merge their empires? You're so dumb. N Random?
No.
So dumb. No, but truly, I love that, like, I can be scandalized by something that a virgin writes on Archive of Their Own.
It's pretty good.
I mean, this is definitely a virgin.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Oh, daddy, you do such wonderful things with your tongue, McDonald said, not long after Wendy's leaves. Removing his mouth from McDonald's body, Colonel Sanders smirks. Your finger looking good.
He sure does.
Wow. I'll be honest. I thought this was pretty hot. This is one of the hotter fan fictions we've done. I like that it got right to the point. I like that it was 2 paragraphs. But I'll be honest. Would have liked a little description of what Ronald McDonald's working with. I want to know what kind of dick he has. Yeah.
I liked knowing that, like, you know, Logan had a chode. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I liked it when they brought that up in those things, you know, like, even if it is like, okay, like Wendy says she's underage. I don't know if that's like a role playing thing or what.
Yeah, that's kind of unnerving, but she doesn't get involved. Thank God.
Corn Bugle in the comments says, thanks. This fic broke my ankles. And I have to agree.
Like it blew him away.
It broke his ankles. Like maybe it lifted him up and took him off the ground so high that when he fell down again, he broke his ankles.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Where do you? I don't even see. Oh, yeah.
Corn Bugle. You see.
I don't see the comments. Do you have to like click? Oh, right here, comments. Yeah. Let's see if there's any that speak to me. This is high art. This fic broke my ankles. Man, you need more than one kudos for this. Yo, did you come here because of the Ronald McDonald and Burger King kiss too? So wait, everybody's like been called to there's been action in the fast food world that we don't know about. Amazing.
Well, I don't think this is like a particularly like ununique area, because if you think about it, we all grew up with, you know, the Burger King Kids Club. I said to Troy, we were like bullshitting on stereo one night, and I said, let's think of like random like fake people we would like to see a Lifetime movie of. And I was like, I want to see the Burger King Kids Club. Like, they put the kid in the wheelchair. They named him Wheels. Like, there's like an Asian kid named like Graphs or something. Like, it's like very like the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. I might have just made that up, but I'm saying the whole thing is like stereotyped. There's a kid named like it's all the sporty girl. Her name's like Spunky or something. You know what I mean? So like, why don't we get a Burger King Kids Club Lifetime movie? Because that must have been hell. They probably all grew up in an orphanage. And we all grew up. It's the most free marketed character. It's
like a not quite as sad X-Men. You know, it's like they're just discarded people that are brought together by BK Lounge.
Dude, if you lived your life, this is an awful scenario, but let's say you lived your life in a closet, right? Like literally a closet. Yeah. You were a child whose parents were keeping you in a closet. Right.
Not the figurative closet that I live in.
Not the figurative closet. Although I'm sure there's many kids out there living with that plight who still like, they're like, I'm a fry guy. You know what I mean? They identify as that. But like, I do think that like, if you lived in a closet your whole life and like you just had some dad that like was like a long haul trucker who would like drop a bag of McDonald's off at the bottom of your door once a week
and a Nerf football,
you would, if you got out and you saw there was a sexy Ronald McDonald movie, that would still appeal to you. Even kids who live in closets know who Ronald McDonald is.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, it's pervasive. It's
so no wonder they're horny. I mean, no wonder they're horny for it. Well, I can only imagine like in your day, like when kids were growing up and all they had was like a cartoon image of Wendy and Dave Thomas talking about Wendy. Yeah. I know people were like, how are you doing, Step Wendy? Like, I know people definitely jerked off to Wendy back in the day.
Remember not that long ago, they tried to do a campaign with like a hot Wendy.
Yes.
And I don't think it really worked because it didn't. She didn't linger like Flo from Progressive.
Well, the thing is that like honestly, I still cry sometimes when I think about Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, being dead. Like I will like, if I think about it too hard, I'll like start to well up because I was always very endeared to Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, as he was very old when I was young. Yes. So like I love Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's. And when I think of his little girl being sexualized,
disgusting,
I get fucking angry.
But if it's the Wendy from this picture that the DC mayor tweeted out, you can kind of see it.
Well, like, I mean, that's a YOLO for me. Like, I'm not going to be mad about that. But like when the Wendy's Corp, who, by the way, there is a living Wendy. When they're like, why don't we put like a hot big titty Wendy out here?
I know.
It's like, I'm like, honey, there think is a Wendy. That I am old enough to have forgotten or will ever forget Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's? Like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. He's so famous to me. Now let's move on to your boy.
I'll be honest. I don't recall having been in a Wendy's since the 1980s. I know they got square burgers. I don't fuck with Wendy's. I don't care about the Frosties. Did you jerk off
to Wendy?
No, I definitely did not.
Never?
No, I definitely did not. No.
I know that there's a baller lifestyle listener or 5 out there.
For sure.
That has jerked off to Wendy.
There's definitely probably some type of Wendy's parody porno. That's like Rule 38, right? That there's porno
Rule
of everything.
4. It's way lower on the list.
Is it?
Rule 4, if it exists, there's porn about it on the internet.
I thought it was a 30 number. Anyway, I'm sure that there's definitely people that have done that, without a doubt.
Let's take a little scroll through the page with stories that'll keep you engaged on that podcast setting the stage. Trend lightly. And we keeping all of y'all in the know. Oh yeah. And now we all set to go. Miles and Brian is hosting the show. Trend lightly. Giving you the stories that you need to see. And you know this ain't no TMZ. It's the place that you need to be. Trend